났던 것 같아요. 저희 한번 버스킹 소감 여쭤보고 싶은데 가능할까요? 안녕하세요.
더운 날씨에도 파워력 있게 춤을 잘 춰서 재밌게 봤어요.
진짜 고마워요.
그 다음에 콘서트도 가보고 싶고 팬싸도 가보고 싶고
기다릴게요. 너무너무 고마워요.
통역에 멤버들이랑 다 같이 온 게 처음이잖아요. 그리고 버스킹도 이런 국보에서 언제 해보겠어요. 그러니까 정말 또 감사드린다는 말씀 정말 한 번 더 드리겠습니다. 정말 감사합니다. 앞으로도 저희 또 불러주세요.
네. 통영에 대해서 더 저희가 잘 소개했길 바라고 또 오셔서 이런 국보도 보시면서 좀 refresh 하셨으면 좋겠습니다. We had so much fun here at Tongyeong, and I really hope you guys enjoy here and visit Tongyeong as well. And thank you for having us today on Instagram.
Let's do the dance!
지금까지 아이치였습니다. 놀러오세요. 통영으로 놀러오세요.
놀러오세요!
Come on.
이것이 한국의 문화.
The Korean wave is drawing more fans from all over the world. Local consumer prices continue to hover at the 2% cent rate in April. Turning to robots to allow the visually impaired the chance to better indulge in cultural experiences, like the number of hybrid cars that registered in South Korea has surpassed 2 million using its locally developed Yuri rocket.
Arirang.
안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave.
Welcome to Tuesday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon-soa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-art, K-diplomacy, K-everything. And we're going to do all of that with my co-host Walter Lee joining me in the studio. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello to our viewers at home. Walter Lee here to co-host alongside Soa, and of course, I have the latest in K-Ent News just for you.
Walter, have you ever taken part in a volunteer program for an international event just like APEC?
Listen, I haven't, but there's something that I would like to do. It's on the bucket list. Hopefully when my daughter gets older, we can do it together. But how about you, Soa?
That's a good idea. Well, I'm thinking if I was around 15 years younger than now, I would apply for many of those volunteer programs. But later in the program, we're going to actually talk to a young person who's part of the volunteer program for APEC 2025 and hear his story. But before that, we have a number of K-Enter stories provided by you, Walter. So let's kick off with that. And the first story is about a movie.
Indeed, it is. Well, CJ E&M announced on Monday that director Park Chan-wook has won the Best Director Award at the Sitges Film Festival in Spain for his film No Other Choice. Now, the Sitges Film Festival is one of the world's largest film festivals for the genres of fantasy, horror, and also cult works. Now, Park has a long history with the Sitges Film Festival, winning several awards there in his past. Now, including this as Best Film for Old Boy, Best Screenplay for I'm a Cyborg, But That's Okay, and the Audience Award for The Handmaiden. Now, No Other Choice was also selected to compete in the main competition at the Venice International Film Festival. We talked about that, and also marking the first Korean entry in 13 years, and later earned the International People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival. So the movie is doing very well.
It is. Congratulations to the movie. And I have to say, all of the movies that you just listed were fantastic movies.
They were indeed.
And now let's move on to a rookie girl group that has been winning the hearts of a lot of fans in year 2025.
They have indeed. On Monday, SM Entertainment's rookie girl group Hearts to Hearts, who made their debut last February, unveiled their first mini album called Focus during a showcase in Seoul. The group shared that the album captures their distinct identity while putting a spotlight on their cool and chic charm. Now, the 6-track mini album is led by main song Focus, a house-style track defined by its vintage piano riff and addictive melody paired with the members' refined vocals. Now, the song sensually conveys the feeling of being completely drawn to someone, delivering the message that everyone's attention will be drawn to Hearts to Hearts. Now, looking ahead, the members expressed that their ambition to top the charts, with member Aina telling reporters that they hope to once again take the first place on competition music shows, and this time also hopefully take #1 spots on music charts as well.
We'll see. They do indeed have a lot of focus on them this year.
Yes.
And now, Walter, let's pop next door to a boy group. We're talking about
Boy Next Door, indeed. So on Monday, Boy Next Door held a showcase to celebrate their release of their 5th EP, The Action. The album embodies the group's ambition for growth and their forward-looking mindset that embraces new challenges without fear. The EP features 5 tracks, including the main track, Hollywood Action, a song that has a confident and bold attitude with a swing rhythm and bright sounds. Now, during the showcase, the members shared that their goal is to make people think that they have worked hard to turn fans' expectations into confidence for them.
I can say with confidence that this is really a fun song, and I especially like the part where they go, everybody Hollywood action.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the correct melody, but that's what's in my head right now.
It is a good song.
And thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's move to our AI anchor, Ari, for more on the culture front. Ari?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. Culture Minister Tongyeong underscored the global potential of hanbok describing Korea's traditional attire as both a promising industry and a symbol of future opportunity. His remarks came during the opening ceremony of a Hanbok promotion event marking Hanbok Culture Week. Chin noted that Hanbok is capturing hearts around the world and serving as a language of key fashion, adding that the government will ramp up efforts to support its globalization. He pledged to actively pursue policy support for Hanbok production, distribution, education, and overseas expansion. Hanbok Culture Week aims to encourage the everyday wearing of hanbok and strengthen its connection with consumers. A tomb believed to belong to a high-ranking Silla general has been unearthed beneath an ancient burial mound in Hwangnam-dong, Gyeongju. According to the Korea Heritage Service and the city of Gyeongju, the tomb, estimated to date back to the 4th or 5th century, was newly discovered during a joint excavation around tomb number 120. The remains of an Eid, believed to have been buried alongside the general, were also found, along with relics including armor, a helmet, and a gilt bronze crown. The crown is thought to be the oldest royal artifact ever discovered from the Silla period. The excavation site will be open to the public from October 27th to November 1st, coinciding with the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting. The 2025 World Webtoon Festival is in full swing in Seoul's Jamsil neighborhood. This year, the festival has expanded its footprint, transforming Lotte Town, including Lotte World Mall and surrounding venues, into a hub for global comics enthusiasts. Highlights include large-scale pop-up stores, a special history exhibition, and a variety of fan-focused events. The festival will conclude on Wednesday with the World Webtoon Awards, honoring the year's top works. The World Webtoon Festival, hosted by the Culture Ministry and organized by the Korea Creative Content Agency, was launched last year to highlight Korea's status as a global leader in webtoons. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
In today's Culture Report, we take you to a cultural landmark of Daegu, which we on the Culture Wave have reported on a couple of times. The Kansong Art Museum Daegu opened its doors last year and has attracted hundreds of thousands of visitors during its first year. Tongyeong has more.
To celebrate its opening, Kansong Art Museum Daegu showcased 97 Korean national heritages and treasures in its opening 3 months. More than 1,000 visitors a day came to see the famous items, such as the Haere edition of Hunminjeongeum, the painting Portrait of a Beauty by Shin Yun-bok, and the Celadon Baebyong with inland engravings and boys' design from the Goryeo dynasty. Visitors queued outside the museum before it opened, even on weekdays. Kansong Art Museum Daegu is named after a patriot who tried to protect Korea's heritage during the Japanese occupation. The museum has been showing around 300 pieces since its opening, attracting more than 400,000 visitors. Half of them came from outside of Daegu. Most visitors also went to the nearby Suseongmot Lake and Daegu Art Museum.
Lots of visitors came with in-depth questions, showing huge interest in national heritage.
I feel very proud to realize the spirit of Kansong, to instill visitors a sense of cultural pride.
Kansong Art Museum Daegu is getting ready for the new exhibition for next year after celebrating its first anniversary. Tongyeong, Arirang News.
가을이 오면 눈부신 아침 햇살에 비친 그대의 미소가 아름다워요.
long time ago, the capital of Sinla, at the heart of Daewon, where kings rest in majestic tombs, one mound quietly embraces the flow of time. As the morning mist drifts in, Cheonmacheong reveals itself. Cheonmacheong is a tomb that witnessed the glorious era of Sinla. For over 1,000 years, it has preserved the breath of its age, unchanged. Inside the mound lie layers of stones, earth, and a wooden chamber enclosing a wooden coffin. This stone-mounted wooden chamber tomb preserved countless artifacts intact. Ancient people once said, "A heavenly horse rides through the clouds." This is Cheonmado, a heavenly horse, painted on birch bark, nearly the only surviving painting from the Sinla era. The Cheonmado was part of horse trappings, attached to the side screen of a saddle. It protected both rider and horse, symbolizing speed and strength. In 2025, Gyeongju, the former capital of Sinla, will host the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting. While Cheonmacheong carries the indomitable spirit of an ancient kingdom, today's Gyeongju envisions the future with the world. Gyeongju, a city where past, present, and future converge. Cheonmacheong carries 1,000 years of history and stands ready to inspire the stories of tomorrow.
The APEC Economic Leaders Meeting in Korea's southeastern city of Gyeongju is approaching. This is also the time volunteer workers are busy preparing for the event and getting ready to invite delegations from around the world. Today, we will have a talk with an APEC citizen volunteer who connects with us today not from Gyeongju but Seoul. We'll ask him later why. It's Ji-nook, a student at Yonsei University. Hello, Ji-nook.
Hello, Ji-nook.
Nice to meet you. My name is Ji-nook, an APEC student volunteer and an English literature major at Yonsei University. I'm really happy and honored to join this interview and meet everyone today.
And we're very happy to have you on the program, Ji-nook. So, in just 10 days from now, APEC 2025 kicks off. So, let's first hear from you why you applied for this volunteer program.
I've always been passionate about international communication, finding ways for people from different cultures and to understand one another through language. During my military service, I served as an interpreter at Iraq U.S. Combined Force Command, the CFC, where I supported real-time interpretation between Korean and American officers. The experience gave me both confidence and a sense of responsibility as a bridge between people, since I have those skills of interpretation. When I heard that APEC would be hosted in Korea, I wanted to use my skills once again, and this time as a civilian volunteer to help to connect the global delegate to accurate and respectful communication.
That's excellent. So I heard that citizens of all different ages and also professions are taking part in this APEC volunteer program. What role will you be taking on exactly?
I'm part of the interpretation and translation team based in Seoul Station. We assist foreign delegates, officials, and other visitors as they arrive in Korea, and helping them to navigate from the airport to their hotels and official events. My job is to ensure that language never becomes a barrier between us and them during their stay in Korea.
And that explains why you're not stationed in Gyeongju, but are taking a very important role for the foreign visitors traveling from Seoul. So, Ji-nook, could you also then briefly tell us about the other roles volunteers are taking?
Many volunteers are working on-site in Gyeongju, guiding delegates in conference venues, assisting media teams, and supporting those cultural programs. Others are handling logistics, transportation, or hospitality. It's truly a team effort where everyone contributes in their own way and their own skill to make this international event very successful.
Right, so with the event just around the corner, as Seoul mentioned, 10 more days, how are you getting ready for your duties?
We've been going to those intensive training sessions on interpretation techniques, diplomatic etiquette, and cultural sensitivity. Personally, I've been receiving those, reviewing my APEC-related vocabulary and reading up those key issues that may arise during the meetings and what our visitors would ask to us. My experience in the Combined Force Command really taught me how important preparation and accuracy are when interpreting, so I'm applying the same level of my discipline here.
It's great to hear that you are preparing so well for this upcoming event. And because you said you are looking also into the recent issues regarding to APEC, probably you're also going to be tuning into Arirang News because we've been covering a lot on APEC recently. So Chan-wook, is there anything you personally hope to gain from this volunteer experience, or what are you looking forward to the most?
What I hope to gain the most is a deeper understanding of how people from different countries communicate and cooperate. As a student majoring English literature in Yonsei University, I've always loved language, especially English, but real communication goes beyond vocabulary or grammar. It's about understanding the person, the culture, and the meaning behind the words. Through my volunteer work, I would really want to experience that kind of genuine communication. And also, I think this will be a valuable opportunity to learn how a large-scale international event is organized, especially in Korea.
Right, and Chan-wook, APEC brings together leaders and officials from all around the world. As a volunteer welcoming these distinguished guests, what mindset or goal do you particularly hold, if you do have?
I believe the volunteers are the first people who represent Korea's image to the world, so my goal is to convey warmth, professionalism, and respect in every interaction. Even a very simple smile or short conversation can make a very strong impression when they go back to their homeland country. And I hope every guest leaves a positive memory in Korea, especially during their short term in APEC.
I have to agree with what Chan-wook just mentioned with that little smile, because I sometimes have to, as an announcer, I sometimes have to MC for international events. And if I go to that venue and I see the volunteers giving me a big smile, then it just makes me feel better in that atmosphere, and probably the delegations will really appreciate that.
I agree with you as well. And you do see it in places like in Seoul, like in Myeongdong, where the people wear the red hats and also the jackets. It makes you feel more comfortable being there and not so afraid.
We had one of them actually before too.
Yes,
in the studio,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So it's great that you're doing this, Chan-wook. And just to talk about Gyeongju a little bit more, Chan-wook. So recently, Gyeongju has seen this surge of foreign tourists going to there. It's getting a lot of attention as a cultural tourism city. In your personal opinion, why do you think this is? What is so great and what's so appealing about Gyeongju, in your opinion?
I think what makes Gyeongju really special is that how it blends history, culture, and nature in all one piece. The Gyeongju is often called as a museum without the walls, and I think that's really true. Everywhere you walk in Gyeongju, there's a sense of history you can actually feel. You can see ancient temples like Bulguksa, royal tomb from the Silla dynasty, and those traditional villages that have been preserved for centuries. But at the same time, Gyeongju is not just the old city of the past. It's a very vibrant and alive with very beautiful cafes, art museums, and those modern facilities that welcome visitors from all around the world. Like for foreign guests, I think it offers a really perfect balance. They can experience Korea's 1,000-year-old heritage while also seeing that the tradition connects with our modern life today, from Silla dynasty to our Republic of Korea. Personally, I believe that the true charm of Gyeongju, a place where Korea's spirit, both ancient and modern, comes together in a harmony.
Chan-wook, this is just an additional question, but although you are currently not stationed in Gyeongju, have you been to Gyeongju before, maybe on a field trip or just for traveling?
Yes, I've been to Gyeongju 3 times when I was in elementary and middle school, as both field trip and my personal trip with my friends or families.
I see. That's why you know so much about the city. And I mean, I want to add here to just some information for our global viewers that Gyeongju really is one of the top destinations for field trip for elementary kids as well as middle school and high school students.
Yeah, I know.
And now finally, Chan-wook, with APEC 2025 approaching, what is the mood like currently among the volunteers? So please share the excitement and anticipation on the ground.
The atmosphere among our volunteers are really positive and full of excitement. Everyone has been doing their best to prepare since being assigned to their roles, such as communication or logistics. We've been sharing those information, exchanging tips, and helping each other online to make sure we're perfectly ready when the event begins. What stands out to me is that how very motivated people are. Most of us are volunteering simply because we really want to represent Korea well and make the foreign visitors feel welcome and comfortable in Korea. There's this strong sense of teamwork, even among people who haven't met in person yet. We all feel connected by the same goal to make the APEC really successful. Personally, I'm amazed by the enthusiasm I see in every message and group chat. Everyone knows that APEC 2025 is a major event for our country, and we want to make sure that our small contributions add up something meaningful and make the event more successful. I think that our shared pride and anticipation is what really defines the mood right now.
Chan-wook, I have to say, listening to you, I feel that you have that responsibility of really trying to welcome these delegations. I think the APEC organizers did a great job in picking you and all the other volunteers. So thank you very much, Chan-wook, for connecting with us today. We wish you the best with your volunteer role for APEC 2025. And Walter, why don't we cheer up the volunteers with a fighting together?
Ready?
And you can join us. One, two, three.
Fighting!
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Walter. One more day of fighting for you tomorrow this week. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Korea time and maybe one day here in Korea.
Welcome to APEC.
여기 2025 차 좀 빼주세요. 2025.